FBI director rejects talk of epidemic of police bias against blacks. James Comey says most police officers are overwhelmingly good people. FBI Director James Comey gave an impassioned defense of police officers Sunday, saying most are overwhelmingly good people working during a uniquely difficult time in American law enforcement. Speaking at a conference of the International Association of Chiefs of Police in San Diego, Mr. Comey pushed back at what he said was a narrative forming in the U.S. that biased police are killing black men at epidemic rates. There are bad cops. There are departments with troubled cultures. Unfortunately, people are flawed, he said. But for law enforcement, the spotlight is brighter and the standards are higher. And that's the way it should be. Mr. Comey said the emerging narrative was driven by video images of real and gut-wrenching misconduct, but also on perceived misconduct. And he said it was given force by the awesome power of human empathy. He also cautioned that there were only a small number of videos and not yet enough data to show whether police shootings were more pervasive in some communities than others. In the absence of information, we have anecdotes, we have videos, we have good people believing something terrible is happening in this country, he said. In a nation of almost 1 million sworn law enforcement officers and tens of millions of police encounters every year, a small group of videos serves as proof an epidemic. The Justice Department announced last week it would start collecting data on police shootings, and Mr. Comey said such a database was critical in helping the police improve public perception of officers and closing a chasm of distrust and fear. The move came after several years of mass protests over police-involved shootings that have roiled American cities. Our officers see the videos. They desperately do not want to be in one. They think about that all the time, he said. Mr. Comey said the abyss between law enforcement and the public, particularly the black community, would only begin to close when the narrative of policing being inherently violent and racist was changed. And he added that the altruistic motivations of good officers needed to be conveyed, even as bias and misconduct of bad ones were rooted out. This country will be deeply, deeply sorry if great young talent, kids who want to help other people, chose some other way to serve, he said.